Did you know there are more than 7 billion people who speak English as a second language? Or, more precisely, as a third language. The ability to communicate with other people is one of the main ingredients necessary to become successful. If you don't already have this ability, guess what? You're in trouble. In this video, I'll teach you the best tips on improving your English by yourself. This is going to be fun. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you'll get an immediate notification when new videos are uploaded. Number 1. Expand your vocabulary. Learning new words every day is a good way to widen your vocabulary. Commit to a suitable target. It can be 3 daily words or it can be 10 daily words. Even if you only have time to learn 1 new word per day, it is still worth trying. Some good resources for words are the news, songs, and social media, depending on your daily habits. If you love listening to music, pay attention to the lyrics and take note of the words you don't know. Songs often contain a lot of useful vocabulary, phrases, and expressions, therefore, they are great for learning English. You can do the same thing with YouTube videos. It is important that you learn words in groups. For example, you refer to beverages as a glass of wine, a pint of beer, a cup of tea, or a pot of coffee. It's better to learn those phrases than merely wine, beer, tea, and so on. You can also benefit from learning words that are related. The moon, for example, has 4 phases during a lunar month like crescent, gibbon, waxing, and waning. It is more efficient to learn all 4 words at the same time. Number 2. Improve your pronunciation. You might know a lot of words, but if you fail to say them correctly, you will not be understood. That seems like a waste of the time spent on remembering words, right? When using online dictionaries such as Macmillan and Merriam-Webster, make use of the little speaker symbol to check the pronunciation of any word that you are not sure about. There are English pronunciation tutorials on YouTube or podcasts. Check out the links in the description. When you are ready for something more challenging, try out tongue twisters. My favorite is Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Number 3. Learn the natural flow of English. Being able to say individual words correctly is great, but the secret of speaking fluently in English lies in the flow of sentences. Whenever you read a piece of poetry, listen to a melodic song, or watch a hilarious sitcom, pay attention to the following points. The flow of sentences. The pauses when listening or the punctuation marks when reading. Voice modulation. Intonation. Emphasis. And the energy level. Number 4. Build English speaking confidence. One of the biggest barriers to developing English speaking skills is confidence. It is certainly something that all language learners have difficulty with, and one of the best ways to overcome this is to get out there and practice. If you think you've got what it takes, then get out there or go online and practice English with strangers. By following this tip, you'll be able to focus on a sometimes forgotten component of language learning: confidence. After a while, you'll completely rid yourself of any English-speaking fear and build a strong foundation in the language. For more tips and strategies for increasing your confidence, be sure to check more videos in the description. Number 5. Speech shadowing. This is a very effective method for learners to acquire a better understanding of proper pronunciation. It involves having you repeat everything that an English native speaker says, either silently or aloud. In a nutshell, this technique is about imitation. You listen to how a native speaker says something and try to copy it. Number 6. Self-talk. Talk to yourself in English loudly. It can be anything from a suggestion like, "Shall I go get a glass of water?" or a reminder like, "I really need to exercise today." Alternatively, pick up a book and read a couple of pages out loud. This exercise might slow down your reading, but it will speed up your speaking skills. You can also record yourself, listen to the recording and watch out for any wrong pronunciations. If it's possible, ask for feedback from a native speaker or your English teacher. Number 7. Think in English. If you already think in English, it takes less time to produce or respond in everyday conversations. No translation is needed. A good way to start rethinking is to keep a diary where you express your daily thoughts in English. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's more about getting out thoughts in English with less and less effort. Number 8. Retell a story in English. Take the challenge a step further by retelling a story. You retrace other people's line of thoughts in your own words. I would start with a familiar story from your culture. Your translation needs to convey not only the meaning of words but all rhetorical and cultural nuances. Alternatively, you could choose different words to retell a simple story in English. Start from the basics, reading something like a fairy tale or a fable. Either way will be beneficial to your English communication skills. Number 9. Participate in public speaking events. Big universities, theaters, and culture societies organize events like open debates, spoken word readings, and improvised storytelling gatherings. These are places where you can come and mingle with like-minded people and practice speaking English. Many cities are now hosting TED or TEDx talks, where you can register to participate and share your innovative ideas. Check the events page of your local university to see if there are any available. It might be a nerve-wracking experience, but it would be great for your English. Number 10. Go to language cafes. If public speaking terrifies you, and I know it does for many, you can opt for language cafes. Those cafes create a friendly and relaxing atmosphere for people who want to practice and exchange languages. You can find language cafes through local universities or meetup groups available in your cities. Number 11. Use apps. Another option is to use certain apps to talk to English speakers online in the comfort of your own home. Some popular apps are HelloTalk and Tandem. Basically, you register for an account, your native language, and your hobbies. The app will match you with people who speak English and want to practice the language that you know well. All you need to do is to press a few buttons and start talking. Links in the description. Number 12. Chat with Siri. And lastly, I find chatting with Siri is a great way to force yourself to speak more clearly. As Siri is a machine, you cannot rely on environmental clues and facial gestures to get your ideas across. Your words are the only tools you have to make yourself understood. So, you need to speak as clearly and precisely as you could. Another plus point of using Siri is that she is always available, as long as your phone is charged and connected to a Wi-Fi network. Just press the home button and start asking questions. If you own an Android smartphone, you can practice speaking with Google instead. So, there you go. Choose your preferred methods to expand your vocabulary, correct your pronunciation, and boost your English speaking. And don't forget to practice as much as possible. If you like this type of content, subscribe and turn on that notification bell to get updates on our videos, and hit the like button so we can continue making useful content for you. Thank you and see you next time.